Welcome back, friends. We are keeping an eye on a discussion involving the history of country music, and the exclusion of Black artists. It is a topic on the BET series America in Black. They're really diving into it deep tonight. Beyonce's latest album, Cowboy Carter, we know it sparked a lot of conversation, but she is not the only one here trying to lead the charge in making country music more inclusive.
I still feel like we're breaking down doors, pushing for change. I think probably even me talking about it in this way, I think it's the first time that I've even been able to articulate it like this.
On tonight's season finale of America in Black, Danya Backus sits down with 3 country music artists who really want to open more doors for artists of color. And she's with us tonight. I'm happy to have her. We've got a sneak peek. Danya, thank you so much for being with us tonight. The first thing I want to ask you is, when you were going through the history of country music and really the involvement of Black artists, what did you find?
Nicole, the one thing that stuck out to me the most is that Black artists have been contributing to country music from the very beginning. If you do a little bit of history, if you do a little digging, you will find that when country music was just music, meaning that it wasn't a defined genre, that Black and white artists often played, performed, and wrote songs together. There was no separation, but it seemed that America's racial politics actually transformed music. And starting in the 1930s, that's when we saw the divide of hillbilly, white music, country music, and then race records, Black music.
I'm so glad you were able to give that context, because I think when Cowboy Carter, was debuted and, the announcement was made, so many people were shocked and they were not understanding that Black artists have always been in this space. So what did those Black artists, tying into the popularity of Beyonce and this kind of conversation she's sparking, what did they have to say about their experience in the industry?
It's really interesting. I was able to interview Reese Palmer, who has been a country artist since the early 2000s. And she said that Beyonce's album was a Trojan horse, right? That it actually leads people to go deeper and to be a part of this conversation about the history, because what she experienced in the early 2000s, what Mickey Guyton experienced in the mid 2000s, and then what Brittney Spencer is experiencing now is still a question of authenticity, still a question of believability, of if country radio listeners will actually take on or even acknowledge a Black country artist. So it is very fascinating when you hear their stories and hear the barriers that they faced. Reese told me a story about how she was outside of the room as music executives were listening to her music. They did not know who she was. They had not seen her before. And then when she stepped into the room, it was, oh, what are we supposed to do now? How do we market you? That kind of thing. So these are some of the things that country music artists have been up against the entire time. The question of who belongs in country music. Are you actually a country artist? Many of them saying that they were often questioned, are you sure maybe you want to go into another genre of music? Maybe R&B is more your speed. But really them truly loving country music and the storytelling aspect of country music, and then blending all the different sounds of different genres and making a country album is what they are really hoping that people will acknowledge now, that country isn't necessarily a certain look. It really is about what you love in the music that you create.
That's very powerful. I'm very intrigued. I'm going to be watching tonight, Danya. We are so grateful you were able to give us a sneak peek of the latest episode tonight. By the way, y'all, that is America in Black tonight on BET and on Paramount Plus, and of course streaming all the time on CBS 24/7.